Welcome back to Digimon Chronicles. This is MJ. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an analyzer, and I am here to read Digimon Seekers Chapter 1, Part 6. Chapter 1 is still called Wolf of the Ninth Avenue. We haven't seen a wolf on Ninth Avenue, so who knows? Maybe that'll happen in this chapter, or maybe it'll happen in Chapter 1, Part 7. Anyway, without further adu, here is Chapter 1, Part 6 of Digimon Seekers. Eiji Nagasumi, aka Cracker Fang, visits his client, Professor Ryusenji, of the Abadan Electronics Denrin District Digital Laboratory. There, he receives a Digimon along with the latest model Digimon dock, the Digimon Linker. After getting a beef bowl with hot egg takeout at a restaurant in front of the station, Eiji heads home, feeling good for the first time in a long time. Ding! He rings the Buddhist altar. The room is a very small one-room apartment. 3 tatami mats with a loft, a furniture-style Buddhist altar, and LED candles. He doesn't usually offer incense because it would cause a fire. Hello, I'm home. Hello, Dad, Mom, Grandpa, and Grandma. And then there's the dog, too. Family cards are placed on the tablets of his family members. There's even one for a dog he used to have for some reason. After putting his hands together, Eiji sits down to dinner alone at the table. He looks at the Digimon Linker on his arm. I've never seen a Digimon like this one before. Lugumon. The color screen shows a dog-like Digimon. Extremely narrow studio, 3 tatami mats with loft. I want to train the Digimon. The request from Ryusenji was quite simple. If you look at Grimm, Digimon training jobs are easy to find. In pet terms, it's like being a breeder. The growth of Digimon, which are a kind of learning AI program, is largely related to their behavior patterns from birth. And if this is the case, then crackers who are experts in dealing with Digimon can also serve as breeders. If you are interested in my research, your encounter with Lugumon should be very interesting. If Professor Ryusenji expects that much from me, I have no choice but to give it my all. He's never been so excited in his life. But anyway, as long as he follows the professor's lead, there should be no issues. Eiji has little experience in training Digimon, however. I have 3 Tyrannomon, but all I'm doing is fine-tuning them with tools. That's only one part of the training process. He sets up his Digimon dock on the table. On the monochrome LCD screen, a dotty Tyrannomon is displayed. The dock that stored the Tyrannomon is small enough to fit in the palm of one's hand. This type is outdated in terms of specs, but blueprints are available, and parts are relatively easy to obtain and easy to make yourself. The Grimm Cracker store sells special enclosures and complete units. Eiji also owns a few of them. I remember the professor saying something about the memory area being corrupted in the delivery dock, so a part exchange is in order. Well, I have a Digimon Linker, so there's no need to rush. Looking at the new Digimon Linker wrapped around his arm, Eiji smiles, as if he had just remembered it. This Lugumon is like a good luck charm for Eiji. He can't help but think that he needs to take good care of it. But does that mean I have to leave my Digimon Linker on 24 hours a day, even when I'm in the shower? It's completely waterproof and antibacterial, so that shouldn't be a problem, but still. During the 2 or 3 days it takes for Eiji to learn how to operate the new gadget, the Lugumon grows up. The Digimon grow up fast, feeling Eiji's heartbeat from Digimon Linker. It's like a child that I carry in my heart. Eiji looks fondly at the Digimon in his wristwatch. Digimon growth and evolution are systematic. When a Digimon hatches from a Digitama, it first goes through the baby stage. This is a Digimon baby. It has not yet learned anything and is not immediately useful as a tool. Normally, the development of a Digimon begins at this stage of childhood, but this Lugumon is already in the next stage, the child stage. Eiji asks questions to breeders in Grimm. Of course, he doesn't mention his work for Ryusenji or the Lugumon, but he does ask about how to raise dog-like Digimon in general. He searches Grimm for information on Lugumon, but gets no hits. I have no idea if there are any AI learning programs or training programs for it. This might actually be kind of tough. Eiji almost regrets taking the job. I can't remember the last time I had a pet. Not since my dog died when I was a kid. To see firsthand with our own eyes the state of the digital world and the state of the Digimon to see the digital world directly with the 5 human senses, not with virtual monitors and observational data. That's the impressive research Ryusenji is conducting. If that sort of thing is possible, I want to see it. I want to see the world that Professor Ryusenji sees, a world in which Digimon are alive. If I raise you, Lugumon, will something change? If you evolve to your perfect or ultimate form? Crossing the yoke between the real world and the digital world. If only he could become such a top-notch cracker. A notification comes in. Eiji picks up his smartphone. He picks up his phone. It appears that he's received a reply to his question on Grimm. Fang, congrats on becoming a Digimon breeder. If you want to raise a Digimon from its child stage, I recommend keeping it with a number of other Digimon. If you have more than one Digimon, they will play with each other and learn as they do. I see. So, you should keep a number of them together. Strength in numbers. Eiji quickly connects Tyrannomon's dock to the Digimon linker. The latest model Digimon linker has more than enough capacity and processing power. He could keep Lugumon with Tyrannomon, but Eiji, in his excitement, didn't read the rest of the answer. Some Digimon are like dogs in that they are obsessed with ranking of their pack. It's important that you discipline them first. And then, trouble came about several days later. Okay, that was a much shorter read. That chapter was about 5.5 minutes to read, maybe 6 at the most. The word count was 1,017, so it's the lowest we've had so far. And I paused at part of it because I wanted to take a note so I could make a comment, and I talked about highlighting it so that I would, be able to do that very well. And, it didn't go as great as I wanted it to, but it's okay. The thing that I wanted to highlight was this aspect of play and having the Digimon be together. And then it's funny because I read that before I even continued reading, so there's a gap there. But it's funny because it mentions that they will do this like ranking, and they'll make a hierarchy basically of themselves. They'll have a pack mentality with an alpha and whatever else. So anyway, that's interesting to know that Digimon behave as animals like that. Let me see. Was this the one where we talked about them not having a gender? No, that was the last time. So, a couple things. One, it looks like Eiji's an orphan. His grandparents on one side, if not both, are dead. His mother and father are dead. And it sounds like he's even got like a grave type thing to a dog. So I don't know how Japanese shrines work, but the implication here is that he's got these family members who are dead, and he remembers them. And I think the thing about the ring, I don't know if that was just to greet them when he came home, or if he's acknowledging them on this auspicious day where he got this, the linker, and he's got this new job that he's embarking on, or what. But it's interesting that he took the job without really knowing everything that he would need for it. He's trusting in himself that he's going to be able to work it out. He's kind of doing the fake it till you make it kind of thing, which is interesting. I like that. And it's neat that he is like that. And I think the implication at the end of this part of the chapter, where it says that he didn't read the entire response and he should have waited for it, or he didn't wait for it, he just kind of took the information he wanted and was happy about and then let it go, that's going to get him in trouble. I'll be really curious to see what happens with Lugumon and the Tyrannomon together. And I don't know the way the plurals work for Digimon. Is that his 2 remaining Tyrannomon? Did the 3rd Tyrannomon get knocked out, or was it actually dead? Because I thought it was dead. But anyway, it'll be really interesting to see what happens with these 3 Tyrannomon in a pack. Whether it's 2 or 3, one of them is going to be taking the lead, and then Lugumon's going to struggle potentially with fitting into their hierarchy, especially because I think they're champions or adults, and he's a child or a rookie level. So it'll be interesting to see what conflict arises there, and it's being teased that it's going to happen. So I don't know how that tease works, if you're just going to read the next chapter or read the next part of the chapter, the next day, or if it was in a collected book, if you'd just be reading it, if that's as exciting. But I could see, like, if that was the end of a single chapter, and then you come back to that later, how that could be exciting. But it reads a little funny, but overall, it's interesting. But anyway, I like that this guy's imperfect. He screws up in researching his data, but that he has like a very ambitious attitude where he wants to push himself beyond where he's comfortable so that he can, I don't know, kind of test his mettle. And I like that. I like the confidence. I like the failure and the folly in his approach as well. It's very human. It's very real. And it gives him an arc. It's a great starting place for the character. And we'll see how that continues to develop throughout the story. But I'm definitely liking this. I thought this was an interesting chapter. And I liked learning more about the mechanics of Digimon growth and how it's explained. Because I've never played the games really. So I don't know how it works in these VPAT type games or Vita Bracelet type games. So having that explained is cool, and it's obviously important to how the world of this story functions. So even if I had been familiar with those, it's nice to have the rules explained for raising them in the game. So that's my commentary on this chapter for now. I will be back in a day, well, probably 2 days, with chapter 7. And then I think this is going to go till once a week from here on out. But we will see, and hopefully, I don't know, is it going to be a full chapter 2? Because like I said, the word count on this single chapter is very high. I think it's approaching 6,000 or 7,000. And that's pretty long for a chapter, I think. I think it should be a little shorter, but we'll see how they roll out the rest of the story. Anyway, that's it for now. Check out all my other stuff. And this is MJ signing out. I hope you enjoyed that. Go to mjmunoz.com to leave any questions, comments, or other feedback you might have. There you can find all of my analysis, art, and fiction. I cover books, tokusatsu, comic books, anime, and more. Look around. You're sure to find something else that you'll enjoy as well. This has been a Story Over Everything production.